Good morning and welcome back to Kita's Creations. And today we are going to be making an anti-aging face serum. So I'm just going to go over everything that I'm using today. We're going to be using some glycerin, and I have vegetable glycerin. And the purpose of glycerin is it is a humectant that allows skin to retain moisture. It increases hydration, which protects and softens the top layer of skin. So that's why we're using this. And I'm gonna mix the glycerin with some of this xanthan gum. And as you know, xanthan gum is used as a thickener. It's a natural thickener. So we're gonna be using that. I have panthenol, or also known as provitamin B5, which improves skin's hydration, elasticity, as well as offers a smooth appearance. So we're going to be using that. So I'm going to try something different today in this serum, and it's called this d.i.y Bitartrate. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this helps fight visible signs of aging by providing tightening and firming. It's found in like fish and sardines. So if you're a vegetarian, I probably wouldn't recommend using that, but from my knowledge, that's what it's derived from, unless there are or other vegan forms of it. So anywho, moving on. We're also going to be using MSM, and I'm sure you guys have heard quite a bit about MSM. MSM is good with strengthening keratin. It reduces inflammation. It helps to smooth wrinkles, and it also helps to fight acne. So it aids as well in like fighting premature aging. So we're going to use MSM powder. And I'm sure most of us are familiar with the benefits of collagen, which improves skin elasticity as well as reducing visible wrinkles. So we're going to use that. I'm also going to use aloe vera, which is a natural moisturizer. It also fights signs of aging, as well as it helps to lighten some blemishes. So we're going to use some aloe vera gel. And that is it. I have some water. I'm using spring water, but I would recommend probably using like distilled or something, that's more, I don't know which word to use, but like you can boil your own water. You just want to make sure that it's uh, really purified. So anywho, let's go ahead and get started. I don't have exact measurements with this recipe because it's just something that I came up with off the top of my head. So, but I am going to tell you from the little trial and error experiment that I did this morning. I realized that it's probably best to mix each item separately and then combine them. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's start out with glycerin. And for this amount of serum that I'm making, which is not a whole lot, I'm going to say I'm using about 1 teaspoon of glycerin. So we're going to add that in. Now to the glycerin, I'm going to add 1/8 teaspoon of this xanthan gum. So I'm going to use 1/8 teaspoon of that, and that'll go inside of the glycerin. Then you want to mix these two together. And this is going to be your thickening agent. So this is what's going to give it that gel consistency. So we're done with that. Next up, we're going to mix all of our powders together. So I'm going to start with this provitamin B5, or the panthenol. And with the panthenol, I'm just going to use about 1/8 teaspoon of that. as well as about 1/8 teaspoon of this MSM powder. I'm also going to use roughly about I'm going to say 1/2 teaspoon of this collagen powder. Now the collagen powder I have, you don't have to, use this particular kind. It's a marine collagen with hyaluronic acid. It is unflavored, but by all means, if you have a natural form, I don't want to say natural, but you have a better form of collagen, use that. This one is used, that I normally use in like smoothies and stuff like that. But again, if you have a better form of it, I would recommend that. This particular collagen does have some small specks in it. And with the ingredient list on this particular one, like I said, it includes hydrolyzed collagen, vitamin C, and as well as, let me see what else is in here. So it looks like that's it. So I'm not sure if that's the vitamin C or if it's the collagen, but this particular brand has some little specks in it. And that's why I recommend doing this separately. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our water. And because we're not making a ton of this, I'm going to say just to use just enough water to dissolve it. So let's see, 1, 2, I'm going to say maybe 3 tablespoons of water. And you just want to stir this until it all dissolves. As you see, those specks will eventually dissolve away in the water. And that's really all you're trying to do with this mixture. And once that is like thoroughly combined, I think for the most part it is, what you want to do next is you want to add about a tablespoon of this aloe vera gel. Oops, not quite a tablespoon. So I might have a little bit more than a tablespoon, and that's okay because aloe vera is really good for the skin. So just going to mix that. Now we're going to combine our gel mixture of the xanthan gum and glycerin into the powders with water. So I'm just going to add that in, and it'll slowly begin to hydrate and thicken this mixture. So you just want to go ahead and stir that in, and it should begin to form a gel consistency, which is what we're looking for. And as a matter of fact, I'm just going to pour this back into this container because there may be some residual gelling agent in there. So I'm just going to pour this back in there and then stir. And as you can see, it's already starting to thicken. It'll take a little bit more time to hydrate, but I think this is a pretty good consistency. Again, if you wanted a little bit thicker, you would just add a little bit more xanthan gum to it. I added 1/8 teaspoon. So maybe if you wanted thicker than this, you would add like 1/2 of a teaspoon. But I think this is a pretty good consistency, and it's not fully hydrated yet, so it'll still thicken just a little bit more. So I want to show you. So it's pretty thick. All right, so that's that, guys. I've completed this DIY. I hope this is beneficial to you guys, and it helps you, especially if you have aging skin, which is what I'm working on right now. This should be a benefit for you, at least I hope so. And if you guys are interested in more DIYs, stay tuned, and by all means subscribe to the channel to continue to get more notices when I upload new videos. So until next time, thank you guys for watching.